Hi, my name is Sarah Cole, and today I'm going to be discussing advertising and the First Amendment, mainly in regards to false advertising of security. Advertising is protected by the First Amendment as long as there is truth in advertising. In other words, there cannot be any omissions of information, puffing, making things sound better than they are, bait and switch tactics, or guarantees without remedies such as a money back guarantee. The federal government developed the Federal Trade Commission to monitor advertising and protect consumers against deceptive trade practices. Their goals are to prevent false advertising rather than punishments and to keep things in a civil court setting over a criminal court setting. The U.S. Supreme Court has often acknowledged the constitutional protections in regards to advertising. However, the Supreme Court's decisions have recognized the common sense distinction between speech proposing a commercial transaction and other varieties of speech. Theft has become a major issue in our society. Homes have been burglarized and broken into, businesses, vehicles have been stolen, computers and bank accounts are hacked, even our personal identity is being stolen by criminals. We take precautions to keep ourselves and our property safe, but the sad truth is, if someone really wants your stuff bad enough, they will find a way. I watched a video today of two men trying to break into a storage unit. They tried over and over and over again to cut through this lock. After the seventh attempt, they finally cut through the lock and got in. Criminals are very persistent. Many businesses know safety is important to consumers, so they created products like LifeLock to protect customers' identities and antivirus programs for computers, security gates for residential communities, and businesses have security cameras everywhere. And because businesses are installing these extra features, they started advertising security as a feature of their business. But like I said before, criminals are persistent, and if they want in, they will get in, no matter how high your tech is and your security features are. And now, alongside these state-of-the-art features and protections there are disclaimers and warning signs everywhere you look. Park at your own risk. Proceed at your own risk. Caution, buyer beware. So many businesses have these signs to protect their companies from lawsuits over consumer safety. I've been working in the self-storage industry for nearly a decade now, and these are just a couple of cases dealing with false advertising over security in the self-storage industry that I've come across. The first case I wanted to look at is DeSanto v. Safeco Insurance of America. In this case, the plaintiff rented a storage unit and purchased a third-party tenant insurance policy from the operator. Sometime after he put his items into storage, a leak developed in the unit and his items were damaged. When he made the claim with the insurance company, the claim was denied. The tenant sued his homeowner's carrier and the tenant insurance carrier. After the homeowner's carrier paid on the claim, They brought a suit against the self-storage facility and the tenant insurance company. The main claim against the facility addressed that the use and terms climate controlled and dry and safe in the facility's advertising. The court held that there is a genuine issue of fact as to whether the tenant justifiably relied on the alleged representations of the operator that their things would be dry and safe and in a climate controlled environment. As such as the case was allowed to proceed against the self-storage facility. The key issue dealt with the lack of definition in the lease and other advertising terms such as dry and safe. In the next case, Dilbeck versus Yates. In this case, the tenant whose property was stolen sued the facility for the loss. The tenant testified that he had questioned the manager prior to renting the space about break-ins. The manager told him that no one had ever broke into their storage facility units. So the tenant chose to rent at that location because he was told it was safe. But there had actually been numerous incidents on that property before the tenant had rented. The tenant claimed that the facility had committed fraud on misrepresentation to the occurrence of prior break-ins. He argued that had he known the truth, he never would have rented the space. Although the facility had a very strong lease protecting it from liability claims such as this type of loss, the court held that the tenant's agreement was void due to the manager's false statements. The court ruled in favor of the tenant against the facility for the value of the stolen goods. So, how do businesses protect themselves from false advertising? It's easy. Don't overpromise, don't lie, and don't guarantee anything you can't back up. Thank you for watching my podcast.